What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
It's like we've been here filming a bunch of videos today, mostly because if you guys remember a little while back, Lee Armitage, that wizard guy, sent me this guitar, but it turned out it was for him. Well, and he asked me to send it back. And I didn't, and I got caught, and so he showed up to my house. So we decided we just should shoot some videos.
That's good. Just kidding.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Okay.
The reality was, I mean, I shipped it here. Obviously, we just made a gag, but hey, whatever. It was fun.
Yeah,
Lee's a cool dude. So yeah, the guitar happens to be over there, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it with me.
In the cards, I should move over just like a hair in this
Yeah, okay.
thing. Here we go. Awesome.
Sweet.
One thing we had to deal with today, and this is what a lot of videos are: setup. How long
big
would we
time.
do like setup for these videos?
We probably spent about an hour and a half today setting up.
Do a 20-minute video.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like that.
I got a coffee that I hope I don't spill. I'm gonna hold it with my legs, like by my crotch there.
Oh, by the way, this is gonna be a Q&A video.
Yeah, this is the Q&A video. I asked you guys on Facebook the other night to do a Q&A. I should really make these YouTube community posts in case other people that aren't on Facebook or something. But if you have questions for a Q&A or something coming up, you can always DM me on Instagram. I will see the requests, and as long as it isn't something like, oh, I'm super horny today, can you DM me? I'll probably respond to it, as long as it's not like that. Or I'm gonna follow you and instantly like my band page, one man solo black metal project.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Do you ever get those people to Facebook and the first thing is like my band page?
Yeah, I actually haven't done that. I'm very particular about who I add to Facebook generally, but
Yeah, and it
whatever.
should be too. I sometimes have to clean up friends lists and stuff because I was like, holy crap. All right, I think I might cut that part out because it makes it sound terrible. Either way,
Nice.
So we asked this on Facebook, and some of you guys asked questions. Look at me scratch my nose.
very unprofessional.
Yeah,
You're fired. That's good.
fired from my own channel. So what? I guess this channel is the Kevin channel. So Q&A video. What are you saying?
Oh, I mean, I guess this is going on your channel, though. Eh?
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, I did the Q&A.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's all good. By the way, if any of you guys, you may not even have any idea who the hell I am. So, I'm just some dude from Ontario.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And I guess I'm just some dude from Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that.
I've got a small little channel as well, but growing it over time. So of course, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff if you want. But
yeah,
know.
I mean, you know your stuff with other things here too. So either
suppose.
way, I figured we would have a fun video in here called Q&A. We're gonna do an interview here in a little bit too. So we're gonna do a Q&A video because these are kind of fun. And and I haven't done one of these in a while. The last one was a live stream when I hit the 1,000 subscribers. Well, we're way over that at this point. Well, I say way, but way for me. Yeah, way for me. Way like way powder.
way
in.
past, way beyond,
I don't know. Either
far
way.
in excess. Anyways, yeah.
All right. So
All
we
right.
have a bunch of questions here. And anyway, I'm pretty sure one is also from you,
Maybe. It's possible.
this guy. Anyway, so we got first up. So this one's from Nicholas Turple. This one is for each of you. Who are your top 3 Canadian bands? Who are your top 3 Canadian bands?
Okay. Maybe we should ask the poster, is there a specific genre that you had in mind?
No. Is there? Is there one?
No. Okay. I'm going to go with, I have to do a quick shout out to Jeff Waters and Annihilator. I would put them as my top band. Number 2, not in any particular order, I've got to shout out Cataclysm because they are absolutely incredible. And I'm going to go with a different band that isn't metal, and they're I Mother Earth.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
Love those guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
I mean, Annihilator is awesome. For me, Canadian bands, it becomes a different thing, and this is a tough one. But number 1 is Rush all the way. That's just a no-brainer in terms of Canadian bands for me. It's just that's a big one for me. It has been for a long time. So
I'm actually surprised you didn't say Kim Mitchell. But
I mean, Kim Mitchell's awesome, but I mean, I think I like the overall, like the Rush catalog more. Even though you see me wear a Kim Mitchell shirt in videos like all the time. Also, another cool Canadian band, Gone in April. I don't know if I put them in my top 3, but they're a Canadian band as well from Quebec, and they're really awesome. So I met them, super nice people. So that was like 3 years ago. They played at Gus's. I'm gonna have to say Tragically Hip. I know, generic answer right there, but I mean, I just really like the Tragically Hip. So yeah, the third one. Now this is where it gets tough. You know what? I'm gonna run with an alt rock guy, Matthew Good Band. Matthew Good Band. I don't love all of it, but some of it I really, really liked. I think that's just like a bit of like growing up though. Like, I remember first listening to Matthew Good when I was around 10, and I wasn't exposed to like all the metal stuff back in the 90s and early 2000s as much. And that was like the thing that was coming out on Much Music. So for American people or somewhere else, Much Music was like MTV. And yeah. So I'm going to throw that as my top 3, but I didn't really even hit the metal end of that. There's lots of cool metal.
I'm going to throw some honorable mentions to Into Eternity, Unleash the Archers. Got to point out like the Tea Party.
Oh, yeah.
Our Lady Peace.
I was just going to say them.
So many good bands. It's unfortunate that a lot of them didn't really make it stateside that much. No. The only one that did is Nickelback. And I'm not going to honorable mention them, even though
they're not an honorable mention. They've made enough money; they don't need it. I'm going to throw an honorable mention in there of Beyond Creation, just because they're like a super killer band. They're in like the tech death realm, and I think they're really cool. So
and Quo Vadis. They were incredible.
Yes, that's a band that's. I don't think they're around anymore, are they?
No,
I don't think so. So okay, we have. Oh, this one's from you. Maybe you should just ask it.
Let me see. Oh, okay. This is a question for Bauer, if you guys weren't aware. So how many R's are there in guitar?
R's. Oh, frig. I don't know. Are they R's or are they R's? Guitar. How many R's are there? You said 27. I'm going to run with 29.
Okay.
I think 29. Right.
So that's official. So now everybody can go, okay, it's got to be written with 29 R's, otherwise it's a spelling mistake.
And but you said 27. Let's see what Bauer says. Oh, it was Royce that said that. Deviant Guitars. Check them out. What's your top 3 guitar effects?
Guitar effects?
Yeah, like effects.
Distortion?
Besides distortion.
I feel like that's an obvious one. I used to use a wah quite a bit. I'm sadly I was in the Kirk Hammett school of lead guitar playing, and I don't know if that's necessarily my favorite. I would probably say delay. I'm not a big reverb fan. I've always liked delay, chorus, and wah. I'd say those 3.
Yeah. And I don't know why I thought this, but you said Kirk Hammett. If he was wearing an apron and working somewhere, so he could be Clerk Hammett.
Nice.
I don't know why I just thought of that, but it's just something stupid. Imagine it's like Clark Hammett. But,
if he was working at like, I don't know, Whole Foods or something,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something where I could like, instead of like enter Sandman, but like enter Whole Foods. It doesn't really work. It's just a fail of a joke. My top 3 effects would be, I use a lot of delay and solos. Well, not a lot. I try to record without them, just because. And as we found out yesterday, that's a pain in the butt, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you suck.
I can hear all my mistakes. I like delay. Chorus on cleans is really good. I'm not a massive wah player, even though it definitely has its place. Man, that's a tough one. I can get by a chorus and delay for a lot of things. I do like reverb. Honestly, some reverbs are absolutely super cool. In my song Distant, it uses one called the Ionosphere, which is a Kemper reverb. But as for delays, like a lot of these companies, like Neural DSP and these places, they put out some interesting delays and stuff. And I really like this one. I think it's called like the Dual Crystal in the Kemper, and it has like almost a synthesizer effect in it, which Dream Away was done with, which was really cool. So I enjoyed that quite a lot.
So it's kind of like you crank up the feedback and you get...
What you can do is record a separate delay track as well, and you can start doing really neat stuff, so you won't have the guitar as much. Like, it'll be there, but you'll hear just the effect.
Right on.
Which is really neat.
Yeah, you can layer it on. Sweet.
Exactly. All right, we got to move on. So Corey Allgood asks, smart ass question: if God were dethroned, who claims the throne beyond? That's a question for you.
That is a question for me because I'm kind of a God dethroned nerd. Okay. Could you repeat the question again?
If God were dethroned, who claims the throne beyond? Nobody knows.
I'm just gonna go with, since it's a smart ass question, I'm gonna go with Henry Sadler because he is the Serpent King, and I don't know. It's too bad I'm not wearing my God Dethroned t-shirt right now, but they're an awesome band, and check out SKG Guitars because they're actually wicked. And I kind of wish I brought one, but that's okay.
Yeah, I would have try one of those. Okay,
they are very cool. Yeah.
The real question is, when building out your own studio, what is your order of importance for the process of the build? And he has a little bit more. Have you explored non-destructive ways to do soundproof room within a rental space? No, I'm terrible at anything like anything to do with like sound and echo and stuff, if you haven't noticed yet. So what do you say?
I mean, there's definitely ways to use gear that gives you still a good effect. You'll get a lot of standing waves in a room like this, but like your microphone does a great job of getting rid of everything except what it's picking up. So, I mean, there's sometimes the gear can save you. It depends. But I mean, in terms of order of importance, and I believe that's perhaps geared towards me a little bit because I just recently built a studio in my garage, and with it, I mean, there was so much to factor in because I have a business I run out of the same garage, and I got to be able to put vehicles in there to work on them sometimes as well. So it's a very multi-purpose space. What I did was I focused on a really strong structure to the room. I used sort of just standard sound deadening materials. 2 layers of drywall is the most important thing. That does more than just about anything. I haven't actually got to the point of getting into bass traps or getting into any sound panels on the walls at this point yet, but I'm going to be doing that before long. I mean, if you're talking about an apartment, get some sound blankets. That's going to do more than just about anything else you can do because it's heavy. It actually absorbs a lot of different frequencies, including low frequencies. So, I don't know. There's some really good camera YouTubers out there. Curtis Judd being one of them, and he swears by sound blankets, and you can take them, you can put them on a rolling stand, put them wherever you need to put them on the floor, put them on the ceiling, and you'll get a lot of sound deadening. Plus, you won't be pissing off your neighbors as much, and that kind of thing. In an apartment, that's about the best you can do. And I mean, I'm probably going to do something similar, even though I have a fixed space in a fixed building, right? But yeah, I mean, I put a really heavy exterior door on the room, and I made sure there was sound deadening insulation everywhere. And there's also that dry core insulation on the floor, so everything's isolated. And that's pretty much it.
Right on.
Yeah, that was my process.
That's a good answer. I just asked, are we having fun? Are you having fun? No, we're not having fun.
Yes. Actually, this is a lot of fun.
Pretty fun. Okay, so here's a less serious question, but it's a serious question.
But who's it come from?
Daryl V.
Okay.
I forgot, yeah, that's right. I forgot to say, but Daryl V, awesome dude. He's a cool project like V stuff, and he has a cool YouTube channel as well, and I highly recommend checking it out.
And he was on Shredders of Metal season 1.
He was, and we did the X Japan cover together. Exactly. And I keep talking about that. We got to do another one. Tim Hortons coffee or McDonald's coffee? You don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee at all.
So
I'm weird.
This one is definitely for me. Well, right now I'm gonna have to answer: make your coffee at home. You're gonna save a bunch of money, but sometimes when you're out on the road and you just have that one moment, you have to go to some place and get coffee. So, man, it's tough because I can drink Tim Hortons and McDonald's. I would say sometimes McDonald's tastes better. I want to say Tim Hortons might be stronger. I could be wrong on that one. Now, Tim Hortons Tim Hortons does, like, they used to do roll up the rim. I think it's online now. It sucks. I like, it was more magical when it was like the drooly old cup and you rolled it up and you got free donut or something, gross thing, and you pass it back to someone. That's kind of obviously gone away for a bit. McDonald's, however, has a sticker every time, and every 8 coffees you get a free coffee. So, I mean, I'm on the fence because I can drink both, but save your money, make it at home. Canned coffee will feel pretty sweet, but your own local places have a bunch. I sound like a coffee hipster right now, but seriously, you can save a lot of money by making it at home.
Definitely.
So, all right, we got Pat Garrett. Why did Danzig want to know how the gods kill? And there was a response here. So he could tell Mother, I'll get my fur coat, by Lisa Simpson.
Nice.
So why did he want to? I don't honestly know the answer to this. I don't even Yeah.
I feel like I'm actually a bit of a Danzig connoisseur, perhaps. I will say, actually, a good part of my pinch harmonic sound comes from John Christ in Danzig. I really liked Danzig 4. I listened to that a ton. Vorschau, I think it's called. I think he wants to know how the gods kill because he thinks he is a god.
Okay.
And he's pretty much
not good at it, so he has to copy the other ones.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that's the reason. That'd be my guess anyways.
Yeah, I have no idea how to answer that question. Here's one for us. It's from Nicholas Cormier. Who is your favorite guitarist that is not well known or popular? I am going to run with this as Ole Fredriksson, Terra Odium, because he writes some really cool stuff. I really like the Terra Odium record. A lot of the songs are pretty cool, but they also had a channel with some really neat stuff. And Manitou had some cool songs. I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but Ovend Hagland. They're Norwegian names, so sorry if I'm getting them all messed up. But those guys just did some cool stuff. I enjoyed them. So that's like my first answer to kind of just throw out there, like as guitar players. Because everybody can talk about Avenged Sevenfold or something these days, and I don't know. I just thought these guys are cool in the prog metal scene. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, there's so many, it's not even funny. But I probably have to say Jeff Waters of Annihilator. Because, I mean, he's an absolutely incredible guitar player, but not very many people know who he is.
That's true.
Even though they've got like 21 studio albums or whatever the number is. And he's been on a number of different projects, played with everybody under the sun. But, yeah, he's really freaking good. And not many people know who he is.
Right on. All right, to move along, Eric DeRue asks, how many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? 5.
I was going to say 97.
Wow, man, I have the standards.
Really. Walking.
I have some very low standards here, I guess. But I didn't say how long the roads were or short.
This is true.
This could be like, walk the Autobahn and not in the middle and not die or something. Yeah, he also asked solid state or tube.
Both, actually. That's my answer because I've been getting a lot of mileage out of a tube amp with a solid state distortion as well.
And for me, I mean, I'm in the digital realm a lot, so I still like tube amps. They're pretty cool. I mean, tube's a lot more work, but I think tube tone sounds killer. So I guess in this case, I'll run with tube tone, but I don't think you should knock solid state that quick, especially these days. Yeah. Lisa Simpson asks, what's your biggest fear?
If I was being serious, I would probably say the ocean.
If I was going to say the biggest fear right now is something's not recording. And it's like, oh, this great video just went like down the tubes.
But we can see the red light.
But I can't see it over there.
Yeah, well.
And I know it's recording behind us, but what if the power goes out? Then we're doomed. Something hits the power line pole or something, or I don't know. Freak hurricane. Does that happen? Freak hurricanes out of nowheres?
I don't know.
Either way, I think we're good. So she also asks, and who or what influenced you to pick up guitar for the first time? Yes, guitar.
I'm gonna go with the most generic, terrible answer you've ever heard in your life, and that's Metallica and James Hetfield. Because when I heard one, I was like, hey, I can play the opening intro. That sounds easy. And then I failed to learn most of the rest of the song. But that riff was something that was approachable. I learned it on acoustic and then just sort of kept going with the instrument.
Okay, so for me, it's a little bit different how I started. First picking it up, I was probably about 11 or so, and I was in middle school. And they made us, we had to choose an instrument the first few years when that opened and it wasn't running like total garbage. We had instruments. Like the first year, I was there for the first year, it was an oil spill. But then the second year, they still did instruments. Anyway, we had to pick one, and Mom's like, yeah, you got to play the piano. We got a piano at home. You got to play the piano, like, because I could practice there. And that wasn't cool because Mom wanted to do that. And of course, like, yeah, I'll try guitar. So I messed around with it a little bit then, and I enjoyed it. And then kind of like, it was a couple years later when I actually was playing. They let us play at lunchtime. We went to doing crossword puzzles, education systems, man. Anyway, we started, but we could go in, I think, once or twice a week and play instruments. And so I picked it up, and yeah, one day it's like, I think I want to do this much more. It was cool when I had to save up for like a year. So I can't really say it was like a particular band who influenced me. It was kind of just being around them that kind of did it. I think it would have happened anyway because I liked listening to music quite a bit anyway. I was into rock music and stuff, so it just kind of worked.
Well, was there a band that was kind of like the nexus of it?
Was there a band that was the nexus of it? I was like Ozzy Osbourne, man.
Okay, so you heard like Randy Rhoads.
I waited by the radio to record out a mixtape. The crap you can do now, you get everything at your fingertips. Spotify, whole works, and now, like you can do whatever you want. Back then, I had to wait by the radio to get the song because CD burners weren't quite around yet. That was pretty cool. Somebody had a CD burner to get things. But yeah, let's say that, like Black Sabbath, that kind of stuff.
Did you have like a ghetto blaster or?
I had a little
like
Panasonic.
the dual cassette one?
No, it was cheaper than that. Okay. It was like one cassette. Oh yeah, it was scratching my ear. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's kind of it there. So nice. Yeah, there's my answer. Nice. Jack Slater, are you twins? Are we twins?
I don't think so. No. Although what's funny is what you can't see here right now is the other person that also looks like he's got the same barber.
I don't know. There's a lot of there's a lack of hair in this place.
I know, right? Like I don't know. I think when there's a lot of rocks up here, your hair disappears.
So if the drain gets clogged with hair,
it's not us.
No. Sure. It's another kind of hair.
Depends. That was terrible.
God. What do you think? Oh, Jinte Ju asks, what do you think about and how do you deal with dynamic range when you're mixing stuffs? Okay, I'm going to answer that like this. Give the guitar room, give the bass room, give the bass drum room, high pass, low pass kind of deal. Guitar frequencies you have to. I am not a mixing professional by any stretch. I just do things till it seems to work. If I'm stuck, then I have to ask questions.
I would say I don't put a lot of focus on dynamic range per se. I look at frequencies because that's what will cut or not, and I mean, what a lot of people tend to do is start with the guitar and then fill everything else around it. And I find that works really well. I mean, it's such a wide band instrument. It covers a lot of different frequency ranges. And if you try to add it later, your bass gets too big or your kick drum gets too big or whatever, I'm
going to say this when it comes to guitars and stuff, which is mostly where I work. The better your source tone is, the less you have to actually worry about mixing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
If you can get it from the start, it's like taking photos or something with a camera. Like the more you can do in camera, it's like the better.
Yeah.
Then you're not messing around with Photoshop. So that's just I mean, I'm not the best person at answering that question, but there are people out there who are much better at this. We have one more question.
Okay.
Did you have
I was going to add something else to it. Just that, like, I mean, as far as dynamic range, I mean, the simple stuff of, try not to get your levels to be like 0 dB when you're recording and stuff like that. But I find that adding compression initially does give you usually a worse effect. And I find that you sort of have to you have to add your distortions and that type of stuff first and do more like a master compression, or at least like if you want to compress separate instruments, whatever. But too much compression is bad as well. A lot of people overuse it like crazy, and it's nice to get like an organic sound to things rather than this like super ridiculously overcompressed crap that we're hearing. I mean, like what we recorded yesterday, we were recording part of a cover, and it was just the DI, and it was like we didn't do really much to it at all. Because, and we're not going to sit there and punch in a million times to make it perfect, because then it just sounds robotic and crappy. So it sounds like I made a couple mistakes, but that's okay.
Exactly. Because if you watch some of the videos of me, I'm not that great of a player some days. We have one more question. Okay. It's a very serious question from Valeria Esposito.
Okay.
Did you know that royal ducks live in Duckingham Palace?
Are we supposed to respond to that?
Yes.
Oh, well then, no. I was unaware.
That's because you're a total quack. Oh, man, I couldn't help that. It's just
sad.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we'll quit ducking around. That is the last of the questions. Like, I look like I was living on my phone, but it's literally have the questions here. Like, instead of picking my nose, like I had to keep that one hand occupied,
I see, right.
And this is how it goes. So anyway, guys, make sure you click the subscribe button, the like button, the notification bell, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Check out Kevin's channel too, and he does lots of covers and little things like that. I'm sure he's putting out more like quick and dirty gear reviews.
Quick and dirty gear reviews. I'm going to be doing more original music and whatever else. Whatever I can come up with.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much for watching this. You guys have an awesome day, and we will see you guys all in the next video.
See yous.